When you drive classic cars as your daily driver, you sometimes have issues. Today we got to get some tissues. I'm back on Scoops. We've got a charging system issue to look at. We got to start there because Becky's Mini may be having some serious issues, and we need to make sure that car is in good shape for her to drive while we're getting the other one fixed. So today we're back on a 73 Dodge Dart Swinger that we affectionately call Scoops. Stick around. I'm Mike, and you're watching My Car Shop. Some people would say, Mike, you have like 17 cars. Why do you always struggle to find something to drive? Well, separate the daily driver cars from all of this because this has nothing to do with that at all. It's like saying you own all these homes. Why are you having problems in your home? Well, I live in that house. All these other things are investments, right? These here are investments and have little to do with my daily life. But Scoops is a crossover, just like Wanda is, and we're transitioning back to older vehicles, including this one when we get it on the road, hopefully this summer. But there are unique challenges that present themselves. So I need to take Stitches out and bring Scoops in, and we're going to start diagnosing that electrical system. It's acting really strange. Thing will probably help. You going to help? So Fing is already ahead of me. She just dove right in, literally. That's got to be warm on your tootsies, but I guess it's been parked for an hour. So just to recap what's going on, if you remember a year ago or so, we had issues with the charging system. It was overcharging. I threw a regulator on it. It's been fine. Yesterday, I drove it south. It was fine. I drove it quite a ways south down to one of my customers about 45 minutes from here. It was fine. This morning, I drove it to my office, which is 30 minutes the other direction. And as I was about 10 miles down the road, all of a sudden the needle went boink to 18 volts. That was even worse than it was before. So um, I suspect we have a bad diode in the alternator. And so when I started it at the office, again, it was fine. It was working fine. I got about 4 miles down the road. It was at 14, 15 volts. I got about 4 miles down the road and the needle just went doink and pegged out again. So first of all, I want to check and make sure that gauge is right because it's a cheap gauge and that may not be accurate, but I doubt it. I think what we got going on is we have a diode in the alternator and the alternator has been putting out more than an alternator normally would. I suspect that the regulator, it's a brand new regulator, well, a year ago, um, probably just can handle it for a while and then it just breaks down because of that much going into it. So I actually left the lights on while I was eating lunch. I'm going to start it up and see if it's overcharging right now. Um, and if it isn't, then I know the regulator is working, and all we need to do is just change the alternator. If it is, then we'll change both. I still may end up changing the regulator, but I'm just kind of getting to the bottom of what's going on. It could just be a regulator. I do have a couple alternators around. I have a couple regulators around, so we're just going to assume on my diagnosis and probably do an alternator. But let's see what it's doing. Working fine now. Of course, the darn thing's making a liar out of me, but it might be because I wore that battery down. I left the lights on for a while during lunch. I think I'm still going to go ahead and change that alternator. I think I got one back here on the motor for the Fundus truck. So let's go take a peek. Yep, there's one right there we can pop off. There's a good alternator. We'll take a second to get that off of there. Let's make sure that the one we have on Scoops is a double pulley, but it should be. That's literally the same, the same year, 73, 318. Oh, that's a single pulley. That's going to be a problem. Oh, nope. You know what? I think we're going to be okay. I just noticed that belt is out of line. It's like this. So the dual pulley might solve that issue. I don't know. We're going to try it. If the belt is off a little bit, I'm not going to worry about it because we're just trying to prove this. But this regulator was brand new. It's possible it's a bad regulator. You know, a lot of these new parts are junk, but I'm leaning towards that because like now it's regulating fine, and then it's like it loses its voltage sense, and that tells me that it could be a field or a diode in that alternator. It's the regulator is losing its voltage sense, and then it thinks it needs more, and so it just keeps pouring the coals to the battery. So let's try that. I really think that's going to be the issue, but you never know about these things until you look into it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a simple enough change. It's literally 3 wires, 2 bolts. So we'll get her done and we'll see what happens. Then we'll have to take it for a drive, see, if that actually resolved the problem or if we need to pick up a regulator. I think I got one. I may just go ahead and change that regulator out. I'm pretty sure I got one around here. So, but it is what it is. Oh my. I would like to think that, I could go through my life and, I did for years and years and years. Never had real vehicle problems. And it's always discouraging to me when you're going through difficult times and then you have stupid crap like this. Not so much this one. This is just minor, but we had all kinds of problems with her 2018 Mini. We sold that, fixed everything. So, a person got a very dependable car. I'm not saying we hit anything or, whatever, but just decided that that was not a world we wanted to stay in because of our financial situation. And my Hemi truck needs thousands of dollars worth of work. So that's also obviously an issue. And I don't have a tissue. This thing's definitely been cranking. It's got a lot of soot on it. Anyway, so all of that to say, it's life. I get it. First world problems, obviously first world problems, but I just don't like being in this circumstance where I don't have 2 or 3 good, reliable vehicles. This one's pretty good, but it's 53 years old. So you know what I'm saying. All right, I'm going to get this off of here. We'll get the one off the other motor and put that one on, see what happens. Remember, whenever you're working on electrical stuff, especially this, because this is a hot wire here, make sure you don't do what I do. Make sure you disconnect the battery terminal. I didn't do that, but I'm just saying you should. All right, let's go get the other one. And I need this and this. I don't guess I need to put that one on there. We doing it right, huh? We doing it right? Feels good. Okay. Whew. That one's making a little noise. This will tell us what's going on now. This has been sitting for quite a while, so I'm quite sure it'll be fine once it starts working. Okay, so nice. That ain't good. We're missing the. I wonder where that is. We're missing the back little sleeve. I wonder if that's what I heard something fall back there. Let me go back and see if that's there. Yep, there it is. Also wanted to check the back spacers and see if they're different. They're the same. But this is just a little sleeve that goes inside of here. It's kind of a collapsible little sleeve. It slides back and forth to give you some latitude on your attitude as far as where it goes. I should spread that apart. We'll do the right thing and not do that. Okay, so this goes there, this goes there. Maresy dotes and dozy dotes and little lambsy divey. A kid'll eat ivy too, wouldn't you? Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, the bracket goes in there. Okay, let's see what we got. So bracket, Dr. Bracket. Okay, let's throw a bolt in that down there. That'll make my life just a nova easier. And then I'm not fighting everything all at once. And then you just start stacking it up. So I put the upper bracket through, the bolt through, I should say. That dipstick out of my way. Put this in here, like so, and then slide that through. Now I'm back into the back sleeve. And then the backest sleeve, which is down here. And that's kind of a little pot licker. So we probably need to loosen those two bolts there to give us a little bit of flex on that bracket. That's pretty straightforward stuff there. Just going to loosen the back of that triangle bracket. Don't want to go too much because these go into the cooling passage, but I want to give me just enough to give me a little angle or dangle here so that this bracket will flex out a little bit and just give me room to slide that back sleeve in place. That should do it. Okay, and these back sleeves were exactly the same. Actually, nope, they're the same. Okay, so let's get that on there now. Again, I'm sliding that bolt through it. That's how you do it. And then we can put that bolt in the hole, just like so. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And there we go. It'd be nice if I had an air ratchet, but I don't, and I'm not going to waste time getting it. By the time I get it done, I can have this done. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not really showing you up close and personal, but I should have put the wires on first. But then I didn't, so that's okay because you definitely didn't do that. And it actually lines about the same as the other one, so that's good. Oops, that's the wrong church. Are we having fun yet? My daddy didn't even take the T-bird away. That actually does line up perfect. So that bracket there is for a dual pulley alternator. It's yeah, it's definitely better than the other one. Not that it matters that much, but it's one of those things, Okay. These tighten back down so we don't have a leak. Now I need to remember to throw that other alternator in the car, in the trunk, and carry the tools with me in case we have issues and I have to pull over on the side of the road and change this. Now we got to get our electrical hooked up here. Okay, that's good. Remember to do the right thing and disconnect your battery before you do this. Don't do what I do. Because right now, if I bump this wrench against the valve cover or the fender well, it would definitely arcaroni. Okay, which one is which? Which one's longer? I guess they're, oh, green one's a little longer. Okay. Well, I hope this charges. Okay, there we go. It's all dressed up with no face to go. Let's see what we got. Well, here goes nothing. Well, it's working, so that's good. And it's not charging as hard against the regulator, I can tell. 100%. When I did that with the other one, it didn't do that. Forgot this is off of one of my other cars. It's a known good regulator, so we're just throwing this on here for now. See what it does. The other thing I'm seeing is, nope, I guess we're okay. It does need to have a good ground, but I think we're okay. I think we have a good ground there. I just got a feeling that's a cheap import. See, is this a? Yeah, it's made in that Chinese place, so it could be just a cheap import part, Chinesium, whatever you want to call it. Seen that before. Okay, this is kind of a pot liquor to get in there. There we go. And if this doesn't go, it was running up to 16 volts. So as I was thinking about going to find the meter, I said, you know what? It took me 2 minutes to get that regulator off the other car. So this came off the sassy swinger. I know it's a good one. So if it isn't either of these things, then we got a wiring issue. But I doubt that. Could be a ground. I doubt that. Here, all my grounds look good. Motor ground, that's possible. Nope, motor ground is right there, so that's good. Body ground is there, so now we should be fine. You could run another ground from the block to the firewall, but we're running from the motor here to the battery and from the battery to the firewall, so that should do it. I'm going to tighten this down extra good. All right, let's fire it up, see what we got. That's even better. Yeah, I think we had just a bad regulator again, but I'm concerned that yeah, that's much better. I'm concerned that alternator might have been putting out too much. So now my next thing is my gas gauge. I'm wondering if the instrument cluster regulator is what's been causing that. Look at that. As soon as I hit that gas, it starts to come up. I charge it, and it was jumping down. Maybe nothing to do with it, but I don't know. I'm going to say, because I was noticing the temperature gauge was coming up. Sorry. I was noticing the temperature gauge was coming up over here, and the temperature gauge isn't even hooked up. So it makes me suspect that we got something else going on. Let me get an instrument regulator and see what we can do with that. It's a pain to get at, but what exactly is a voltage or an instrument cluster voltage meter? Volt regulator? It's this right here. And it is a pain in the ashtray to get in there when it's in the car. I don't think I'm going to try to slide the instruments out. I think I'm going to pull the car outside. It's nice enough outside. I'm going to pull the car out, see if I can just lay on my back. I won't film that because there will be a lot of expletives. Yeah. Even when I was young, it was a problem because your head's down there under the brake pedal and your feet are up over the back seat. And there's just stuff to say and you don't need to hear it. So I'll be back and we'll see if that makes a difference in how this works. I hope that's what it is and not the sending unit. It would be nice. Remember I said there was stuff to say? Well, now I have other stuff to say because you can't get it out. Other cars I've done it on, but this one, there's a thing in the way and you can't pull it out all the way. So I gotta pull the cluster back a little bit to get at it. So there we go. Unfortunately, I think my gas gauge doesn't work at all now, and I'm not sure why. But I checked all the voltages and everything. I checked the fuses. I had it working. I don't know. It's driving me nuts. It could be that because we cleaned up a bunch of connections and stuff, it's better now and it's reading more accurately. So what I'm going to do is I got to run and get some wipers because that was the main thing I fixed while I was in there. Show you that. The wipers only worked on one side. If you remember, we fixed one on the driver's side. Well, the passenger side, I needed to replace both bushings. That was a pain in the neck. But I'm here as living proof to tell you, you don't have to take that wiper pivot out and squeeze that bushing on there. You can do it in the car if you're determined and you cuss a lot. And this one was easy on this side to get that into that arm where it connects to this one. Just was able to squeeze that with pliers and get it. But the car's running good. So anyway, we're charging. So we're going to go for a drive. I want to get wipers for this. And that'll do it. So yeah, we'll be back to do a wrap up here in a bit. There we go. On my way back from town, it's been holding rock solid at 14 and a half. So good to go. Could not get wiper refills. What the heck is wrong with this world?